we have Professor Dr. Abdul Hakeem sir, Professor of Law at Maharashtra National Law University, Aurangabad. Sir has completed his master's degree in law from the University Department of Law, University of Bombay, in the year 1990. Sir has did his PhD in law from Kakatiya University, India, on concept of crime and punishment and Islamic law, a jurisprudential study in the year 2003. Sir has specialized in personal and criminal laws and has a teaching experience of more than 29 years, including 3 years of administrative experience as principal. Sir has authored a book, Family and its Institution, published by Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad. India and the International Center of Alternative Dispute Resolution, Hyderabad, and the International Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution. Sir was invited as a subject expert on Islamic law in 4 episodes of Kanun Ki Baat, Talks About Law, 1-hour TV shows produced by ETV, a prominent television channel, which were telecast live in several countries. Sir has conducted several moot court competitions and seminars. Sir is interested in research and teaching different subjects in law. Sir was the foreign examiner for PhD thesis evolution for Aligarh Muslim University, India. Sir was the academic advisor for the Department of Law, supervisor of graduation research program for the final semester students, member of the course portfolio preparation committee, conducted online interviews for new recruits for the department and also the coordinator of the quality assurance unit, College of Business and Administration of Zhejiang University, Zhejiang. Now I would request Sir Dr. Sadaf Ali Khan sir to felicitate Professor Dr. Abdul Hakeem sir. Any more time, I would please to call Dr. Abdul Hakeem sir to enlighten us about the session.
Thank you, Ms. Rajput, for your wonderful introduction. Honorable dignitaries and dear students, pen like this. Honorable dignitaries and dear students, I have been asked to speak on the new Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, of course, there have been 177 sections of CRPC, the old CRPC, which have been modified. 9 new sections and 39 new subsections have been added. 14 sections have been omitted. And in the limited time of 45 minutes awarded to me, I think it is very difficult, or rather impossible, to cover all these changes. So I will try to enlighten you all on some important changes. Now, I was told by Dr. Reena, is present here, Dr. Reena? Okay. She called me yesterday and told me that, sir, most of the attendees, the students, have not studied CRPC, or as the case may be, BNSS. They're all beginners and they do not have any knowledge of CRPC. So you have to start with the basics. So I don't know. So to to start with the basics, I hope it's difficult rather, but anyway, I'll try my best. No, it's okay. I can stand. I can't sit and teach. I'll sleep. So, I'll try to make this talk a little interesting. So, to start with the basics, I just want to give you a brief idea about a criminal proceeding. What is a criminal proceeding? So, for remembering what is a criminal proceeding, try to remember IIT. IIT, not Indian Institute of Technology. Investigation, inquiry, and trial. These are the three different stages of a criminal proceeding. Now, if I ask the young girl who came to receive me if she's on a morning walk, no, listen, if she's on a morning walk and while going to the park, she finds a dead body in a pool of blood on the roadside. She finds a dead body in a pool of blood on the roadside. Then I would ask her, what would you do? I asked the same question to one of my students. She said, sir, I'll run away from there. Are you going to do the same thing? And I told her, being a law student, and that too a law-abiding student, citizen of this country, you should not do that. Then she said, so I will call the police. She said, I'll call the police. I said, you're a young girl. It's better if you find a senior person like me around. Tell, sir, I forgot my phone. Can I use your phone for a moment? Then you borrow the senior man's phone and you just go at a distance and call the police and say, sir, there's a dead body here. By the time the police officer says, who is calling? You say, sir, I can't hear you, disconnect. And return the phone back to me. If you do this, what happens is, your identity is not known. The informant's identity is not known. Okay, then you will not be summoned to the court as a witness or whatever it is. So in that way you are safe. Otherwise there is nothing for you to worry because you have not committed any crime. You should cooperate with the prosecution authorities to find out the real culprit, the real murderer or whatever it is. Now this little girl has informed the police that she has seen a dead body in the vicinity. Somewhere the location you have to tell the police. So after that, what the police does? See, by informing the police, what this little girl has done? By informing the police, what this little girl has done? She has set the criminal law into motion, isn't it? She has set the criminal law into motion. So once the police, since it is a cognizable offense, if it is a cognizable offense, police officer can investigate into the offense without an order from the magistrate. He can directly, if it is a non-cognizable offense, he cannot. In a cognizable offense, you should remember two things. The police officer can investigate without an order from the magistrate. And the police also can arrest the accused without an order, without an arrest warrant. So since it is a cognizable offense, you found a dead body, then of course the police will record your statement as FIR. That is called FIR. No? The first information report, FIR. Old CRPC it was 154, now under BNSS it is 173. 173 in CRPC was charge sheet. Now 173 is, yes, FIR. Unfortunately, there is so much of confusion. All the sections have been jumbled. Can you hear me, please? The last benches, can you hear me? Or I should use this mic. So what happens is, the moment she has informed the police that she has seen a dead body, the police will record her statement as FIR, 173 of BNSS, and yes, begin investigation. What is investigation? Investigation is a police proceeding. It's a proceeding which is conducted. Investigation is a proceeding which is conducted by a police officer. By a police officer. Now, investigation involves 5 things. Investigation involves 5 things. First, rushing to the scene of offense. Rushing to the scene of offense. Collecting the evidence. Examining the witnesses in the vicinity. Examining the witnesses in the surrounding area. Then tracing the accused and arresting the accused. Then framing the charge sheet and producing the accused before the court, before the concerned magistrate. Before the magistrate having jurisdiction in the case. So, investigation includes how many things? Five things. Rushing to the scene of offense, then collecting the evidence, then examining the witnesses, then tracing the accused and yes, arresting the accused, and then yes, framing the charge sheet and producing the accused along with the charge sheet before the magistrate. Framing the charge sheet and producing the accused before the magistrate. Before the magistrate. Investigation begins with FIR. Ends with charge sheet. Investigation begins with FIR and ends with charge sheet. Is it clear? This so far so good. Once the accused is produced, along with the charge sheet before the magistrate will conduct inquiry. Inquiry is a judicial proceeding. Inquiry is a judicial proceeding which is conducted by a judicial officer, not a police officer. Inquiry is a judicial proceeding conducted by a judicial officer to ascertain whether the police has made a prima facie case or not. To ascertain whether the police has made out a prima facie case against the accused or not. If the magistrate feels he smells something fishy, he thinks the police has not framed any prima facie case, what will the magistrate do? If the magistrate comes to a conclusion that the police is unable to frame proper charge sheet against the accused, what the magistrate will do? He will discharge the accused. If the police is able to make out a prima facie case against the accused, then the magistrate will frame the charge. If police is unable to make proper prima facie case, if the police is unable to make prima facie case against the accused, the magistrate will discharge the accused. If the police is able to make a prima facie case against the accused, then the magistrate will frame the charge. Magistrate will frame the charge and commit the case to the court having jurisdiction in the case. Commit the case to the court having jurisdiction in the case. Now, which court has jurisdiction to try a murder case? Can a magistrate try a murder case? Can a magistrate try a murder case? Then who can try? Only a court of sessions. Only a court of sessions or an additional sessions judge. Court of sessions or an additional sessions judge can conduct the trial of a murder case. And no other magistrate, not even a chief judicial magistrate. So, once the magistrate frames the charge, he will direct the accused along with the charge to the sessions judge or the additional sessions judge for trial. Is it clear? Now, inquiry begins with charge sheet, ends with no, inquiry. That is inquiry, I'm telling you. Investigation starts with FIR, ends with charge sheet. Inquiry begins with charge sheet, isn't it? Inquiry begins with charge sheet, and so I think you people are diverting yourself somewhere. See, inquiry begins with charge sheet, ends with charge or discharge, isn't it? Inquiry begins with charge sheet and ends with what? Charge or discharge. If prima facie case is made out, charge is framed. If prima facie case is not made out, then the accused is discharged. Now you should try to see there is a difference between acquittal and discharge. There is a difference between acquittal and discharge. If the accused is acquitted, he cannot be charged again for the same offense. Isn't it? If the accused is acquitted or convicted for an offense, can he be tried for the same offense again? Doctrine of double jeopardy. A person cannot be tried twice for the same offense. Isn't it? A person cannot be tried again for the same offense. Double jeopardy, section 300 of CRPC. Talks about doctrine of autrefois acquit and doctrine of autrefois convict. Autrefois acquit, autrefois convict. Section 300 of CRPC. It talks about double jeopardy. If I am convicted for an offense or acquitted for an offense on the same facts, I cannot be tried again. It will be double jeopardy, no? It will be double jeopardy. Okay? Okay? Yes. If this young man sitting here has been tried for committing adultery. For committing adultery. Adultery, you know what is adultery? Having sexual intercourse with a married woman. So he's convicted on charges of adultery. Sorry, he's acquitted on charges of. He's acquitted, not convicted. Be happy that you're not convicted, you're acquitted. So he's acquitted on charges of adultery. Can, on the same facts, can he be tried again for rape? No. See, what is adultery? It is a consensual sexual intercourse between two persons. Isn't it? Adultery is consensual sexual intercourse. That lady calls him, says, my husband is not there in the house, please come. She gives him a green signal. He goes. So, fortunately, he is not convicted for adultery. He is acquitted for adultery. On same facts, can the husband of that lady file a case of rape against him? No. For the same offense, he cannot be tried twice. He has been acquitted. He cannot be tried for rape again for the same offense. Are you getting my point? Non-law students. Non-law students are there? Any non-law students? Yes, for you all it might. But are you able to understand? So far, so good. Ignorance of law is no excuse. No? You should know law. You cannot commit murder and say, sir, I did not know murder is an offense. Can you say that? So ignorance of law is no excuse. Isn't it? So now, coming back to this point, double jeopardy, he's been acquitted for adultery. He cannot be tried again for rape on the same facts. Okay. Now, after the accused has been referred to the, what is it called, the sessions judge or the additional sessions judge, he will begin the trial. Trial again is a judicial proceeding. Trial again is a judicial proceeding conducted by a judicial officer in order to ascertain the guilt or innocence of the accused person. Are you getting my point? Trial is a judicial proceeding conducted by a judicial officer in order to ascertain the guilt or innocence of the accused person. If found guilty, convict him. If found innocent, acquit him. Are you getting my point? Trial is what? It is a judicial proceeding conducted by a judicial officer in order to ascertain the guilt or innocence of the accused person. If the accused is found guilty, convict or acquit him? Convict him. If he is found innocent, acquit him. So trial begins with charge, ends with conviction or acquittal. Charge begins with, see, I'm letting you know basics because if I straight away go to the amendments, you might all start sleeping. So let us go step by step. Okay. So trial begins with charge, ends with conviction or acquittal. Okay. Now, this girl lodged the FIR. Now coming back to what is it called? The amendment. Okay. So she has filed the FIR, first information report. FIR under CRPC could be oral or in writing. Okay. FIR can be can be filed orally or in writing. She filed the FIR orally. No? She informed the police, I have seen a dead body here. Okay, that was oral. So if it is oral, it will be, yes, written down by the station house officer or officer in charge of the police station. Officer in charge of the police station is also called as station house officer. So if she goes to the police station, lodges the FIR, it will be written, if it is oral, it will be written down by the officer himself or under his direction by a stenographer or somebody. Once it is written, it will be read out to her, explained her. Once it is read out and explained to her, she will be asked to sign the FIR. And a copy of the FIR will be given free of cost to her. Will be given free of cost to her. Suppose, okay, is it clear? Now, she has orally informed the police. Okay. Now, what happens is, suppose the police officer, the accused is his Sala, brother-in-law. He will not register your FIR. He knows if he registers an FIR against his Sala, evening he will not be allowed to enter the house by the Home Minister. Are you getting my point? She has lodged an FIR against the police officer's Sala. That is not a gali, Sala is brother-in-law. Brother-in-law. So, that police officer says, no, I don't want to entertain your FIR. I don't find any substance in your FIR, you're lying, and he'll send you out. What will you do? Anybody? What this young girl can do? Yes. Yeah. Who's that higher authority? Yes, exactly. She has to write the FIR. She has to write a complaint or FIR and send it by post to the SP of the area concerned. SP of the, if the station house officer does not register her FIR, she has to in writing send the FIR to the SP of the area concerned by registered post. The SP on receiving her FIR, if he finds that the FIR lodged by you is genuine, he will investigate into the offence himself or direct his subordinate officer to investigate into the proceedings. Taken? Now, the changes I will tell you. Under this Samhita, Bharatiya BNSS, if I have to say Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, it will take long time. So I will say BNSS for your information. So under BNSS, section 173 has made some changes. Now, under 154, you have to go to the police station, concerned police station, where the offence has been committed. You have to go and lodge the complaint or FIR to the police officer within whose local jurisdiction the offence has been committed. But now under Samhita, BNSS, suppose this girl is traveling from Aurangabad to Mumbai, and she crosses so many places. Somewhere I was told by my young friend that Satara also comes on the way. So somewhere near Satara, she finds a group of people fighting with sticks and lathis, and most of them are full of blood. Okay, then of course stopping and trying to stop them will be a danger for her life also. So she will proceed to Mumbai. After reaching Mumbai, she will call the police in Mumbai and tell that there is a fight going on in Satara. Please take cognizance. So now it is not necessary under the Sanhita to inform the police of the local area where the offence is committed. Anywhere you can lodge the FIR, that is called zero FIR. Anywhere you can go and lodge the FIR. She will inform the police of Bombay that in Satara I have seen a fight going on between a group of people. They are fighting with lathis and sticks. You please take cognizance. So from anywhere, not necessary in the police station where the offence is committed, from anywhere she can file the FIR. But now since her FIR is electronic by WhatsApp or whatever it is, she has used an electronic media to lodge the FIR, then she is supposed to sign the FIR in the concerned police station within 3 days. To make that document authentic, she has to go to the police station, concerned police station, and sign the FIR, which is reduced to hard copy. She has to go and sign the hard copy in the police station where the offence has been committed. Okay, that is the change. Now, second change is, in case of sexual offences, please, in case of sexual offences, if a sexual offence is committed against a woman, earlier, she had to go to the police station and lodge the complaint. Now, again, if she's a young lady, young girl, she has to go to the police station, but her complaint has to be recorded by a lady police officer. It cannot be recorded by a male police officer. Because that would have, so many instances are there where they say she is subjected to a second rape by the idiotic police officers. They question her so badly in such vulgar way, she will find more, humiliated than actual offense of rape. So now, if she has to lodge an FIR, if she is a victim herself and she goes to the police station to lodge the FIR should be recorded by a lady police officer, not by a male police officer. Now, suppose she is mentally or physically handicapped or whatever it is, disabled, mentally, I should not say handicapped, mentally or physically disabled, and an offense of rape has been committed against her, then she can call the police, and the lady police officer has to go to her residence and record the FIR. She doesn't have to go to the police station. In case she is mentally or physically, don't say handicapped, challenged, then the lady lady police officer has to go to a residence and record the statement of her, the FIR, whatever it is. In case she is deaf or dumb or something like that, then an interpreter should go. If she is, in case she is deaf, in case she is deaf or dumb or blind, whatever it is, in case she is deaf, then dumb or blind, then the lady police officer, can she record the FIR, her statement? She's blind or she's dumb, deaf, she cannot speak. Then in that case, an interpreter should go and record her statement, and the entire recording should be videographed. The entire recording has to be videographed. That is again a very good change in section 173 of BNSS. Earlier, this provision was not there. Now it has been included. Now coming back to the FIR, this girl, out of fear, she said, "Sir, यहाँ पर murder हो गया." See, FIR from the point of as a document is very, very important. The importance of FIR as a document cannot be denied. It is the first information which is given to the police about the occurrence of the alleged offence. It is the first statement which is given to the police regarding the occurrence of the alleged offence. From that point of view, it is very important. But what do you say? What do you say about the evidentiary value of FIR? Is it valid? Is it valid? What do you say about the evidentiary value of FIR? She said, "यहाँ पर murder हो गया." In my opinion, FIR does not speak of the facts it states. FIR doesn't speak of the facts it states. What happened? She said, "यहाँ पर murder हो गया." It could be suicide or homicide. It could be homicide, murder, or it could be suicide. The person must have killed himself, or it could be a case of hit and run. Isn't it? Hit and run. The vehicle has hit you and run. Or it could be a case of attack by a wild beast. Isn't it? So what the statement she has made is questionable. No? So FIR is not the statement of the fact. Evidence of the facts it states. It's not the evidence of the facts it states. Are you getting my point? ये लड़की ने क्या कहा? She said यहाँ पर murder हो गया. वो murder भी हो सकता, वो suicide भी हो सकता, it can be an attack by the wild beast, or it can be hit and run case. But what she stated in the FIR, murder हो गया. So its evidentiary value is doubtful. The evidentiary value of FIR is doubtful. Though it is an important document from point of view of first information, by informing the police, she has set the criminal law into motion, but still its evidentiary value is doubtful. Its evidentiary value is doubtful. Now, if the accused himself goes and lodges the FIR, can it be used to corroborate or contradict him? If the accused himself goes and lodges the FIR, can it be used to corroborate or contradict him? Yes. If the accused himself lodges the FIR, do you mind if I sit like this? If the accused himself goes and lodges the FIR, can it be used to corroborate? Is to support. Corroborate is support. See, if the informant is an old man like me, and he was called as a witness after 1 year, he will forget everything. So corroboration, sir, आपने ऐसा कहा था, आपने कहा तो accused he was wearing a mask. You have written in the FIR that he was wearing a blue mask. Now you are saying red mask. So there's a contradiction, sir. So they'll try to help me. Corroboration is helping the witness or the informant. Contradiction is, आप ये कह रहे थे, this is a young man like this. No, आपने वो कहा था, you're wrong. Contradiction. So FIR, can it be used to corroborate or contradict the informant? Somebody said yes. Yes. If you say yes, how can it be used to corroborate or contradict the informant accused? Tell me how. Yes, you said yes. Tell me how it can be used to corroborate or contradict the accused if he is himself the informant. No, confession made before a police officer is not admissible. Say it is hit by Section 25 of the Evidence Act. It can't be. So the informant, the accused, if the accused himself lodges the FIR, it cannot be used to contradict or corroborate him. It is impossible because he cannot be a prosecution witness. According to, you have studied the constitutional law. You have not studied the constitutional law so far. According to Article Clause 20, Clause 3 of the Constitution, Article 20, Clause 3 of the Constitution, nobody can be forced to be a witness against himself. So the prosecution cannot call this accused to be a witness, prosecution witness. So Arta, can the prosecution call this accused to be a witness? No, I can't be a witness because I can't be forced to be a witness against myself. I have a constitutional right, Article 20, Clause 3. No person can be forced to be a witness against himself. Even if I have committed murder, it is for the prosecution to prove my guilt. Unless the prosecution proves my guilt, I am innocent. I am innocent. So I can't be a prosecution witness. Can I be a defense witness? Why will I see if I am a defense witness? If I am a defense witness, I am exposing myself to a battery of questions by the prosecution. Why would I make that silly mistake? If I offer myself to be a defense witness, then I am exposing myself to the prosecution. The public prosecutor sitting here, he will post-mortem me. So I can never be a defense witness answer. So if the FIR is lodged by the accused himself, it cannot be used to corroborate or contradict him. Are you getting my point? Is it clear? Am I sounding boring? बोर लग रहा है तो बोलो, मैं गाना शुरू कर देता हूँ. Yes. So this my little daughter always accompanies me wherever I go. Suvarna. She doesn't leave me alone. She doesn't leave me alone. Do you have something? So where were we? Yes. So FIR cannot be used if the accused himself is the informant. FIR cannot be used to corroborate or contradict him. Clear, hai na? Now, because he cannot be a prosecution witness, he cannot be forced to be a witness against himself. He will never offer himself to be a defense witness. Hai na? Theek hai na? Now, if the FIR is lodged by a person, she is the informant. She is the informant. She can be an eyewitness or she may not be an eyewitness. The informant may be an eyewitness or she may not be an eyewitness. She has just seen the dead body on the roadside and she has informed the police. Is she an eyewitness? No, she is not an eyewitness. Now, if she is a witness, presuming she is a witness, if she is a witness, she might be knowing the accused or she might not be knowing the accused. Isn't it? If she is a witness of the incident, she might be a witness and she might not. She might be knowing the accused or she might not be knowing the accused. Isn't it? Now, coming back to the accused informant, there was a very famous case of Faddi versus Union of India. It was a Supreme Court judgment wherein the stepfather, after having killed his stepson, after having killed his stepson, went to the police station 2 days later and told the police that he found the dead body of his stepson in the well. Now, can this be taken as an admission? Can this statement of the accused be taken or recorded as an admission? See, after having killed his stepson, the stepfather goes to the police station 2 days later, after throwing his body into the well. He goes to the police station and tells the police or informs the police that I have seen the dead body of my son in the well. Can this statement of the stepfather be an admission? Why? Yes? इसमें दिन का कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. can it be an admission against the accused? Yes, you are correct. It can be an admission because, see, it suppose the father goes and tells, I have seen.
Sir, because the father didn't tell the police that I killed my son and I put him into the well.
Yes.
He just
If
said that I
the
saw
father
the dead body of my son
in
in the well.
the well, that is why it is an admission because it is a self-harming statement. If I go and tell the police that I have seen Professor Nasser, I have seen Nasser killing my son. That is a self-serving statement, and that any self-serving statement will not be an admission. If the statement will be an admission only if it is self-harming. As a fool, I went and informed the police. Once I informed the police came into action and they started investigation. Once they completed the investigation, they came to know that I am the culprit. So if FIR is self-harming, it can be an admission, but if it is self-serving, I have seen this little girl murdering my stepson. It is self-harming or self-serving? Self-serving. It is not an admission. If the FIR is self-harming, it can be an admission. It can be an admission. Is it clear? Any questions? Any questions so far? No? Yes, please. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I believe I just started. Yes, please. Yes, you can ask. Somebody, yes, please go ahead. Go ahead, I can hear you.
Do you understand Marathi or I speak in English?
Hindi, you can speak in Hindi, please.
जैसे कि आजकल सबको पता है क्रिमिनल लॉज चेंज हो गए हैं
हाँ हाँ.
लेकिन जो मीडिया का जो स्टैंड है एज पर द क्रिमिनल लॉ जैसे कि हमें पता है कि मीडिया के लिए बहुत सारे कानून नहीं है जस्ट फ्लुएंटली
गोदी मीडिया की बात करें आप.
नॉट फॉर दैट
Yes.
मैं अबाउट दैट तो परसिस्टेंट
गोदी मीडिया के लिए कोई कानून नहीं, बाकी दूसरों के लिए तो कानून है, हर एक के लिए. All Indians. Yes, yes, that will be better. Yes. अब बोलिए.
I am talking about the criminal law and media.
Yes.
Because of the media, crime recorded most of. Is my that ki, example of a rape.
हाँ, yes.
Suddenly one week के अंदर 80% हम देखते हैं कि रेप केसेस होते हैं.
हाँ, बहुत
हमें
ज़्यादा
पता
है
चलता
इंडिया
है थ्रू मीडिया. वैसे तो विदाउट मीडिया तो बहुत सारे होते होंगे.
में. बहुत ज़्यादा है.
हाँ, तो
बहुत
ये
ज़्यादा.
हम मीडिया के अंदर आते हैं तो कल्पित को होता क्या है कि सडनली वो मीडिया के अंदर आ जाता है और उसकी जो पूरा फैमिली बैकग्राउंड है सब मतलब तहस तो हो जाता है. सो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि फर्स्ट थिंग कि जो मीडिया का रोल है इसके अंदर बहुत वायलेंटली बाहर आता है. जैसे कि वो होगा नहीं होगा वो जुडिशियल बताएगा.
होगा, of course, it is the court. It is for the
तो
court to decide.
बहुत सारे
Yes.
जैसे हम देखते हैं कि उन्हें जैसे मेल को अलग किया जाता है फीमेल को अलग एक जेंडर बेस्ड हो जाता है.
Gender bias की बात करें आप. The
Exactly.
laws are gender
In a
neutral.
criminal
Laws are gender
sense.
neutral.
yes. But जब तक वो साबित नहीं होता तब तक पूरी धज्जियां उड़ जाती है सामने वाले की. तो ये कब तक मतलब इसके लिए कुछ कानून होना चाहिए.
नहीं, but आप जैसी old ladies को आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. You should not be bothered about the society. In fact, our Indian society is so bad. यहाँ पर instead of sympathizing the rape
Exactly.
victim,
I
you
pointed out
accuse
that
her.
also.
Instead of sympathizing with her, you point fingers at her. You cast aspersions against her. That is very bad. Instead of being sympathized, she is accused.
हम अभी
बहुत गलत
अभी
है.
में भी सेक्शन
Society
क्वेश्चन हुआ था
हाँ,
कि हाई ऑलवेज द हम जेंडर बायस की बात करते हैं.
unfortunately हो रहा है. There is no doubt.
तो इसके लिए कुछ क्रिमिनल लॉज के थ्रू मीडिया के लिए कुछ जैसे हम
100%
बना सकते हैं
नहीं,
कानून.
100% आप कानून बना सकते हैं. And even these people, media should be able to should be made liable to answer. They should be made answerable for the
Right.
media hype they create. वो जो गलत inform करते public को, they should be prosecuted for giving false information or
Because of
fabricated information to
क्राइम
the
कभी
public.
एक आदमी से नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि जो बोलते हैं कि जैसे किसी को गलत बताना भी कानून है कि मतलब ये नहीं कि हर जगह एक ही आदमी सिर्फ वही दायरे में आएगा. बहुत सारे रोज आजू बाजू के भी आ सकते हैं उसमें तो उनके लिए भी कुछ होना.
Definitely, definitely.
सो ये अभी हम देखते हैं कि कानून सिर्फ उससे सेक्शन चेंज हुआ है अकॉर्डिंग टू मी इट्स
नहीं,
more
I
more
don't-
than it changes.
No, I don't totally agree with you because I happened to meet a retired judge of Hyderabad High Court
नाम बदला
recently.
है और sections add किए हैं.
No, I don't totally agree with you. I beg to differ from you because I had recently met a retired judge of Hyderabad High Court and he said, "Kya Hakim sir, it is like old wine in a new bottle." नहीं मैंने सोच मैंने कहा उनसे नहीं no sir, it's not like that. I just told in the beginning of my talk, I just told you all 177 sections of the old CRPC have been modified. 9 sections have been added and 39 subsections have been added. So there were welcome changes. Like I told you in FIR, I told you if it's a female, the FIR has to be recorded by a female police officer. And if a rape is committed against a mentally or physically challenged lady, then they have to go to her residence, and a female police officer has to record the FIR. These are welcome changes. Like और एक मैं gender bias का आपको बोल रहा हूँ. Section 66, no, earlier section 64 में, section 64 में of the CRPC, if the person summoned was not found in the place of his residence, okay, he's absconding. If the person summoned was not there in the place of his residence, अब क्या करना है? वो bailiff को क्या करना पड़ेगा? Earlier, under section 64 of CRPC, if the summoned person was not available, a duplicate of the summon could be served on a male adult of the family. Male adult of the. Now, under the section 66 of BNSS, this gender bias has been removed. Now, section 66 says, if the summoned person is not available, the duplicate of the summon can be served to any adult member of the family, maybe a male or female. It's a welcome change. Do you agree with me? Earlier, वहाँ पर only male member को serve कर सकते थे under CRPC section 64. Now section 66 has been amended to remove this gender bias. अभी आप summoned person is not available, this summons can be served not just to male member, even if female member is available, it can be served to her. तो ऐसे कई अच्छे developments हैं which need to be looked into. You can't say old wine in new bottle. I totally do not agree with you. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the next. If anybody else has any question, I'll tell you. But I have just begun. See, I had so many papers to discuss. I worked hard for the whole night and you did not give me an opportunity. I had so many sections to discuss. So I had so many papers, I read the whole night, but you didn't give me an opportunity. Thank you so much. I thank the university. Yes, please. Yeah.
Can I have a permission about the questioning in beyond your session?
After the end session, because two speakers are already waiting for next session. So we will have it after the last.
In case I am permitted, I'll come back and answer your question. All right? I'm so sorry to disappoint you. All right. That will also be very fine. That will be very fine. Thank you all. God bless you all. Thank you so much.